All right, welcome back. So now we're going to see how we can actually create the web app. Okay, how we can create our web app like this. All right, and then when we're able to create it, we'll be able to make the necessary predictions. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in this particular tutorial. All right, so let's get started and see how we are able to we will be able to go about this one. Okay, so I have the code over here, which I will walk you through step by step so that you can, after that, you can just adjust the code the way you want. You can just manipulate it the way you want. All right. It's just a simple code, just this one. That's it. Okay. This is just everything that you need in order to create this thing. All right. So, nothing fancy over here, but after that, I urge you to, go ahead and then, customize it to the way that you want. Okay. All right. So first we are doing everything in PyCharm, right? I'm sure by now you're familiar with PyCharm. So once you get into PyCharm, what you have to do is to you need to install certain libraries, right? You need to install certain libraries. And I've created a requirement.txt, this requirement.txt, so you can see it over here. Okay. And this is included in the folder that all the other resources are, right? In the resource section, you will find this requirement.txt. Right, so what you have to do is to go to your terminal and then you're going to run that requirement.txt. Okay, I've given you also the code that you need to do in order to run it. Okay, right, and that is going to install everything that you have in there. So inside that requirement.txt, we have request, beautiful soup, Streamlit, NumPy, Pillow, Keras, and TensorFlow. Right, these are the libraries that you need. So you just run these kind of libraries. Okay. All right. What we're going to do, let me take you back here, right? So after that, then you can import them. Okay, so import Streamlit, import Pal, which is nothing but a pillow, right? And then Keras, preprocessing.image, NumPy, load model, request, and then beautiful soup. Okay, you just have to load import these libraries and you are done. All right, so once you do that, what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to load the model. Okay. So I'm doing fruit model.h5. Okay, and this is what we got when we created the model. Okay, all right, when we created the model, we got this fruit model.h5. We got it over there. So that's basically what I'm loading over here, right? So I'm using load model, which we have imported over here, right? And then I have labels. Okay, so I have labels, then I have fruits, then I have vegetables. Okay, these labels, right, I got it from, if you run this particular code that I showed you earlier on, this one, right, labels.items, you'll be able to get these things. Then you just copy it, right? When you get the output, you just copy it and you paste it over here. Okay, you paste it over here, and then the fruit and the apples are also there. They're already over here, right? We have the fruit, right? These are the fruits that we have. We just copy them, right, and then you come and paste it over here. Okay, over here, right? You just come and paste it. And then for the vegetables, they are also here, right? Just copy all the vegetables and then you come and paste it over here. Okay, so that's basically what I'm doing. And then here I'm creating one function called fetch calories. I'm creating another called processing image, and then last one, which is called run. Okay, so I'll show you what this fetch calories is doing, but first let me show you this processed image. Okay, the code that I'm using over here, right, whatever code that I'm using here is the same code that we used over here. I just copied and pasted it there, right? So let me show you where it is. Let me show you. Okay, this is the code, right? This part of the code, right, where we created this output, right? So this is what I'm using, right? This is the code. The same code is what I copied. Then I pasted it over here. Okay, then I pasted over here, right? So over here, the only thing that I'm adding is dots, right? So you see here, I have return and the results, right? The only thing that I'm adding here is the return result dot capitalized, right? So that when we have the names, it will start with capital letters. Okay, the name will start with capital letters. That's it. That's the only thing that I'm using, right? If I don't add this one and I take this one off, right, and then I rerun this one, let me set to always rerun. Okay, if I set this one to always rerun and rerun it, you see that it's now small, right? Chili pepper, but the name is not capital. Okay, so that's the only thing that I'm adding over here, right? Now it's going to rerun again, and you're going to see that chili pepper, the C will start with C, capital. Okay, that's it. All right. So that is the processing image. That's what I'm using to process the image. Okay, I just load the image, set the size to 224 by 224, and then I have the channels over here to be 3, and then image to array, convert everything to array, normalize it, and then add the expand dimension over here, right, to deal with the dimensions, and then use the model.predict. Okay, because I've already loaded the model over here, so I can now predict whatever image that I've loaded. Okay, then I have my argmax. I store everything in answer. I have my answer.argmax, right, to get the maximum probability to predict the particular fruit that it is. Okay, then once I do that, I'm just going to match it in the labels to find the particular labels that's associated to the image that I've loaded, right? And as I said, to return that particular result, I make sure that the name comes with capital. Okay, that is for the pre-processing to pre-process the image. So it's just the same code that we saw earlier. And then for the run is where we actually create the Streamlit. Okay, so I'm using st. St is nothing but Streamlit, right? We imported Streamlit as st. Okay, so here I'm doing st dot, right, st dot title, and I'm giving this title fruit, and then I'm putting some fruit over there, vegetable classification. So that's the title that you see over here, fruits, blah 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 blah, classification. So you can just change it if you want, right? You can just play around it, set it the title that you want. And then once I do that, I have st.file uploader, which is going to give me this part, okay, to help me upload a file. Okay, so that I'll be able to click and upload a file. That is created using this st.file uploader, right? It's a function in Streamlit. Okay, and then I do choose an image. So I'm sure you have watched the Streamlit video, so you should be familiar with all these things. Then I just write a choose an image, and then the type is going to be JPEG, PNG, and then JPEG. Okay, so that's the format, because some of the images are maybe image underscore this. Okay, and some of them are maybe image, depending on the image that you're going to download from Google, right? Some can come as image 1 dot, right, something like that, image, maybe image 2 dot, something like that. So some of them are having extension to be PNG, some of them are having extension to be JPG, some of them are having extension to be dot, right, dot something, dot JPEG, right? So that's what I'm taking care of. Okay, that's what I'm taking care of, so that all the formats that you, any image that you download, it should be one of these formats. Okay, now once I've been able to actually upload an image, right, once I've been able to click here and then upload an image, right, once I've been able to upload an image like this, then it means that here it's not empty. There's an image I've been able to upload. Okay, and then the next step, right, is to open that image and then resize it to 250 cross 250, right? So that's why you see the size like this. You can set it to whatever size that you want. Okay, if I set it to say 500 cross, maybe 500. It's not like you have to do it. 500 cross. By force you have to do 500 cross 500. There are numbers you have to play along. Maybe 500 cross 300. You can also do that, right? If I do that, it's going to rerun, and you're going to see the image is going to come in different. It's going to display differently. You see how it is now. So I test 250, and it works fine for me. That's why I left it like that. Okay. And then once you do that, then I'm using st.image over here to read the image, okay, to display it as you see over here, okay, to display the image. So I've changed it to 250, so that's why it's rerunning, and it's going to change the size back to the way it used to be. Okay, now that's it. Once you do that, now I create the path. Right now I create the path because now I have the image, so I can create the path. So image file dot name, right, whatever name that it is. So for instance, I have this folder, right? Let me show you. I have this folder, upload images, right? Inside this upload images, I have several images that I have over there, right? So if I click here, right, I have this upload images. Inside is where I have downloaded these images, and I've named them as image, they are shuffled. So that's fine. Image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4, all the way to image 10. Okay, that's what I have over here. If I show you the folder itself, right, this is how the folder itself is. Upload images. Okay, inside that is where I have all of the image 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and these things I downloaded straight away from Google, so you can just do it. You can also download it, whatever image that you want. So for instance, maybe Apple, you search for, say, Apple, right? You search for Apple, come on, Apple. Okay, you search for, say, Apple. And so once it displays, then you can go to images, right? You can go to images, right? You can go to images, and then once you go here, you can just download whatever Apple that you want. So for instance, if I click on this one, right, let's click on this one, and then I'm going to save as, right, maybe this one, I'll save it as, say, image underscore 11, right? And then I'm saving it into the into this folder, upload underscore images. That's the folder that I've created inside the file that I'm working, right? The file that I'm working in is called fruit. So whatever project name that you gave is also there. So you go into that project folder, and then you create a folder there where you're going to download all those images into. Okay, so I make sure that I save it over here. So if I come to where we have it, Streamlit, now I can bring that Apple, right? Now let's click on this one and put it over here, right? It has loaded. So let's see if it will be able to predict it correctly. Okay, so it has uploaded. Now let's see if it is going to do it. Now you see that it's there, fruit, apple, and the number of calories are there. Okay, so that's how you do it. You download several images, then you can use it, right? All right, so that's basically how it is. So once that part is done, so we are done with this one, then the last part over here, right, we have processed image. Now I'm using this function that we created, right? This processed function. So once I get an image, right, that is if the image file is not empty. That is, if I have clicked on this one to upload something, it means that the image file won't be empty, right? Once I upload something, it means that I have selected an image, and then there's an image file there, so it's not empty. So once that is not empty, that condition is satisfied, then I use the process file to process whatever image that I have uploaded. Okay, and if the image is in vegetable, that is, if we find that image in vegetables, right, then we're going to say that the category, let's go down, we're going to say that the category is vegetables. Else, if it is not in vegetables, then obviously it's in fruit, so we're going to say that the category is fruit. Okay, and then we bring the predicted as well, right, which is going to be the result that we got up here, right? Processed image, whatever image that is it. Okay, we print that out. Okay, and then we need to fetch the calories. This is the function that I created. That's the function that I said I would tell you. So we have it over here, right? Fetch calories is here, right? That one is going to contain the prediction. The prediction is nothing but whatever that we are going to predict. So if we predict, for instance, here we predicted apple. So what it's going to do is that it's going to go to Google straight away. This one is live. It's going to extract it live. It's going to add it here, right? And then go to Google straight away using this link, right? And then search the calories for that predicted value, right? For instance, if I go into Google right now and I search for, let me go here and I say that calories, that's right. If I search for calories in apple, yeah, calories in apple, right, you see that it's 95 calories. Okay, so that is what it's going to do. So it's going to fetch that 95 calories for me, and it's finally going to display it. Okay, so you can see over here we're using request.get. Okay, request.get URL. So that's the URL that we have formed. Okay, and then we use test so that we'll be able to get the exact tag that we want. Then we use beautiful soup to actually get the exact calories, right? And these calories are going to reside in a div tag, okay, in a class name as this. Okay, and once we add the dot test, and then it's going to fetch the the number of calories for you. Okay, that's what it's going to do it. But if it doesn't find it, then it's going to show, sorry, calories not found. Okay, so if you go here and probably if you right click, you're going to go to inspect, right? If you go to inspect over here, okay, and then here if I click on this one and I inspect where this one is, right? You can see that this one is in it's in div tag, right? It's in div tag and class. This is the class name. Okay, so depending on which sources that Google is going to show you, right, it's going to give you that. But I mean, generally, if you use this one, it's going to work for all of them, right? If you use this tag, it's going to work for all of them. So that's why you see it over here. So even if I change this one, right, even if I go here, and then if it's not Apple, and then I select something else, right? If I select something else, say let's select, say, potato. Okay, let's say if we select potato, all right, this potato should still work with the same tag, right? It should still work for us without us changing it. Okay, it should still work. It should still work for us. Okay, all right, so you see that it is there and the number of calories are there. All right, so I mean, that's basically what you do over here in order to get the calories. So this calories, we fetch it live from Google search. All right, we fetch it live from Google search. All right, so that's basically all the code that you have. All right, we have the run part, we have the processing part, and then the fetching the calories part. And these things are, I mean, the ones that you will get from the notebook that we are using. Okay, from the notebook that we are using, you just get them from here to copy them and bring it. So that's it. Once you do that, you are done. And I'm sure by now you should be able to customize these things to the way that you want, right? We've already learned Streamlit step by step in the previous tutorial, so you should be familiar with these things. All right, so this is it. I mean, you can see how perfectly it's working for us, right? It's able to detect whatever is in the image, give the category, give the name, and then the calories as well, right? So you can keep on adding, right, predicting some of the other things that you want, and maybe the interface and whatever that you want to change it. Now you can see in your case, you might see the interface to be, say, white. If you want to change it to black, you can click on this one over here, go to settings, right? Or if you go to the settings, you see that we have appearance, right? And then we have the theme. Okay, if you want it to be white, you click on, if you want it to be white like that, you click on this. If you want to change the theme from black to, say, white, you click on this one. You click on this one here, customize theme, right? Or maybe edit, right? Edit active theme. If you click on that, you have different colors here. If I click, say, white, right, this is the test color. So if I click on test white, it means that I want the test color to be white. If I want the test color to be red, I can click on this one, right? And the entire test is gonna be red, as you can see. Okay, you see that all the text is, it's red over there, right? So I want it to be white, so let me go and edit it. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on this one, and I want it to be white, so that's fine for me. Okay, and then once I do that, I come here and let me see how it looks now. It's better, right? Then I can also edit the background. If you want the background to be white, you do it this way. There's a background color. Okay, the background color is the secondary background. Secondary background is this one, these things that you see over here. Okay, but the primary background is this one. So let me go there, and then I'm going to edit. Then I go to the background color itself. So let me click on this one, right? So here, instead of black, maybe if you want it to be white, you can just click on this part, right? Click on that part, and that's it. Once you do this, I want it to be white, so make sure you drag it to there, right? Once you do that, everything is fine. Now you see how it is, right? Now if you do it this way, it means that you have to go and change the text, because the text is also the text and the background has meshed together. That's why you can see it. So now you see that it's even difficult to see where the text is and all that, right? Now it has become even difficult because I've changed all the colors to white. So if it happens that way and you find it difficult, you can just close it. Okay, just close it, and then go here, and then you can just rerun it again, right? I'm just going to terminate this one, right? And then I'm going to click on this one again. Okay, once it's set, then I can just run it again using Streamlit, right? I can just do Streamlit run, and then the file name, which is main.py, so main.py, right? I can do that, right? Okay, so it's just going to open a fresh one for me. All right, so I mean, here you can see the background is white. So if you want to change the background to black, you can go to the settings. Then now you'll be you'll be careful when you're changing it, right? If I click on that, you see that we have light and dark mode. You can easily do that, okay? And then it turns to dark mode, right? Or you can click on the edit active, and then you come back here, right? And now you know how to mess it up, okay? Because if you mess it up too much, you have to close it and then redo it. All right, so for instance, we have seen the dark background, right? Let me just redo that again. Right, we have seen this dark background where we saw it something like this. So let me change this one to let's go to settings, right? And then instead of dark, let's use light, right? Okay, so you can also change it to light. In this case, in your case, I'm sure it will start with this light background, and then you can change it to the dark if you want. But I think the dark looks more presentable. Okay, that is according to me. I'm not saying you should do that, but I mean, according to me, it looks more presentable. All right. Okay, so that is it, and I'm sure you've learned quite a lot. You need to keep on changing things here. You need to just play around it to suit the way that you want it. Okay, all right, so see you in the next tutorial. Have a nice day.